A bone-shaking roar reverberates throughout the heavy woods around you. You look up, way up, as a mass of black and gray fur rises up off the bluff ahead of you, and a blast of fire shoots toward the sky. Twin shrieks of owlbears echo from either side and draw your attention away from this monstrosity to the more immediate threat galloping towards you. Zav, you're up first. What do we see as you encounter this challenge? We can't hear you.
Zav steps forward, ever confident, and lazily approaches. How far away am
I? Probably 30 feet.
Great. Zav,
and the owl bears are rushing at you guys. So
amazing.
Yeah.
Perfect.
They're coming to you.
Amazing. I approach. Is there anyone that's separated from the group a little bit?
Not really.
Oh, well, that's fine. I'm a stabby with a couple daggers.
Okie doke.
That's probably a miss. That's an 11.
That does not hit, no.
and 23.
That is going to hit, definitely.
For a whopping 5 damage.
Woohoo!
And I don't have any movement left, so I just stand there very coolly.
All right, Grumble, you're up.
Oh!
What do we see?
There's a squat dwarf wearing chainmail and holding a shield, and he's wearing a dwarven war helmet, and he's looking around and he's like, "That's what happens when you stop paying attention. You get into a battle." Okay. So there's owlbears charging us.
Mm-hmm. And then in front of you, there's this roaring thing that just blew fire. It kind of looks like a bear with dragon wings and fire, clearly.
Okay. Okay, Grumble is going to cast spiritual weapon. So he raises his holy symbol aloft, and it is a helmet shaped necklace, and he says, "By the helm of Helm, I summon my avatar." And a glowing helmet of translucent force appears beside an owlbear and tries to conk them in the head.
All right.
Does I'm sure that's gonna hit. 19 hit?
Absolutely. The number you're looking for the owlbears is 13. So, and you look closer, and this one is like missing big patches of feathers and looks kind of like one of those chickens that's all been pecked, you know, where they're missing half the feathers. Yeah, it looks kind of creepy.
Okay. So the translucent helm of Helm bashes the owlbear for 9 points of damage, and Grumble's like, "What this time?"
Okay, Prios, you are up.
So you see from the back of the group this large humanoid lion jumps forth, wearing bare-chested, wearing leather pants. He's got a quarterstaff in one arm, and he's just going to jump into the middle of these onrushing owlbears, and is going to start flurrying blows hither and thon at whatever's in front of me. So let's see here. So we're gonna that's an 18 to hit with the quarterstaff.
Awesome, that hits.
That's gonna do 8 points of bludgeoning damage, and it just lets out a massive growl as it's going to attack again. That's an 11 with the flurry of blows, so that's probably not going to work.
No, so that doesn't hit.
But just going to then land. Just you see this whirlwind of fur and growling this quarterstaff like lashes out, and then a couple of claws reach out, and then he just lands with the quarterstaff kind of draped across his back, looking for any oncoming attacks.
Does he have a war cry? I have to ask.
It's just more of like,
Awesome. So we've had a donation come in, a critical success for Rachel. And so at any point, you can just say, this is where I'm using it, and you'll succeed at whatever role we're doing. Next up, Crunch, what do we see as you attack?
Yeah, so you see that there's this this small little ball of feathers, really like maybe 3 feet tall, and has a war hammer slung over the shoulder about twice the size of this little Kenku. And as he opens his beak, the roar of a stadium, like filled with cheers and applause, comes out of the beak, and they just charge in, and they're going to use that stadium roar to hype themselves up. And I would like to go into a rage, please.
Oh, awesome.
And as they go into this rage, they like use the swinging momentum of this warhammer with 2 hands to try and just clock this thing in the jaw. I think going for the same owlbear that Prius was going for.
He's looking pretty injured.
Yeah. Let's see. Ooh, 14?
That hits.
Okay. Perfect. 15 damage.
Tell me how you kill this scrawny, disheveled looking owlbear.
Yeah, the scrawny, disheveled. Oh no, that sounds so sad now. Crunch goes and like brings the warhammer overhead and just down onto this scrawny bear, with like a bellowing, "Come on!" And just there's a crunching sound, much like their namesake.
Awesome. Is that the end of your turn, or do you get?
That's about all I got.
Okay. We're actually going to go to Brummel next.
Yes.
You're muted still, Steve. There we go.
Excellent. Yes. All right. How far away are these owl bears from me?
They are rapidly approaching. They're kind of 30 feet-ish
All
from
right.
you.
So he just sort of stands there and cocks his head, wondering what's going on. And then he sort of twirls his hands like this, and the shadows that are around him pull in towards his body, go up and swirl, the black turning into white, and a whole sheet of ice covers his body, but he's still moving. Tilts his head again and goes, "No, those are my friends." And the last bit of the ice rolls down into his left palm. He shoots it straight out, and a skeletal frozen hand comes shooting from his hand and grabs the owlbear closest to whichever one of my companions might get hurt.
Well, there's only one owlbear up, so you grab that one.
Yes, that's the one, and it will take. Yeah, I think I can use. A D8 of damage.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't get too excited with modifiers. It's 1d8. Yeah, it's 2 points of damage.
Hey, it's 2 points that it didn't have before, and you hear the owlbear shriek in annoyance, and you notice he's got these weird yellowy eyes. Like, he's not as henpecked as the previous one, but his eyes just look weird. Okay, Kite on the Wind, you are up next.
You see black tabaxi with this kind of blue flowing tunic and a gold bracelet on her wrist, standing almost to the back, kind of looking at the scene, and she pauses for just a second and says, "Oh, I think that that one needs to be itchy. And she like throws out her hand and casts infestation on that owl bear. Needs to succeed on a Constitution saving throw, DC 13. Oh, you are muted.
I am muted. It gets a 14.
Oh,
So
14.
it
Okay.
ducks and it goes flying right over him.
Yes. Ugh. I shouldn't cast fleas. They can jump so far. I'll try next time.
Okay. And now we are back to Zav.
There's just the one left, right?
Yeah, there's one owl bear and there's still this roaring dragon bear thing up on the bluff above you.
Yeah, I don't want to mess with that just yet. So Zav will walk up to this one last owl bear and say, all right, first attempt, not so great. Second attempt, and swing at it with the rapier. Is there anybody, do I have advantage on this by any chance?
Yeah,
Because I have allies.
Yeah, others have engaged with it.
Incredible. Guess what? Sneak attack. Oh no. That's a 1.
Oh,
No.
That looks so
no.
cool and is so sure of themselves and steps up and just like notices their own reflection in the rapier and stops to kind of look for just a second and then just totally whips it.
Yeah, the owl bear kind of dodges to the side and approaches you guys looking angry. Grumble, what do you do?
So the you started the wrong voice there. The owl bear that I was fighting is dead.
Yes.
So Grumble is going to use his bonus action to move his spiritual helm to a different owlbear. And he is going to hit that. And okay, I don't think that's probably going to hit. A 7 is going to miss, I suspect.
Yeah, sorry.
So he's gonna say, "Ha ha! My helm of helm!" And then no, no, that was sorry. I get excited from time to time. Okay, and then he's gonna point at the owlbear that has been wounded, and he's going to say, "Ding dong, mother fluffer!" And he's going to force it to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. It rolls an 11.
Aha, that is less than you needed. So a bell tolls in its head as Grumble says, 4 damage in your brain.
It stumbles sort of to the side, looking really disoriented, and its eyes, the pupils pin even further, which makes it look totally creepy. Prius, you are up next.
So yeah, the one that I was fighting, is it still up or was it the other one?
It's dead.
It's
Yeah.
dead. Okay. So then I'm just going to, I do this really elaborate shoulder roll across the space between me and it, with my blondish lion mane just flowing behind me as I come up, and I'm going to thwack it about the neck with my quarterstaff once again. That rolled off of a nat 20 to an 18. So,
Well, it still hits.
oh yeah, but still.
I know, it's
better,
not as lovely as a
right?
crit.
And that's going to do 4 points of bludgeoning
Okay.
damage. And
All
that will be my turn for now.
Okay.
I feel like I need to hold on to my key points since this is just the beginning.
Yeah,
so
might not be a bad idea. All right. Crunch, you are up. I can't help but say your name is Crunch.
Crunch. I will say Crunch's name definitely is not like, when asked for their name, they do not say Crunch. They let out a sound like bones breaking. And so everyone just calls them Crunch.
All right.
So I'm not gonna hold on to my resources. Why not spend them right up front? Let's take that crit from that donation and use it right now. Crunch is going to go swirl like this swirling hammer spin towards that dragon, the dragon bear.
Okay, it's up on a bluff. So you're gonna have to go
Oh,
up
it's
the
up on a
bluff to get
bluff.
to it. It's not as
Okay.
close as the owlbears.
All right. And there's one owlbear that's still up that's not on the bluff.
There is one owlbear that's still up, but actually you notice there's another one sneaking out of the woods on the other side.
Sneaky bear. Well, we can't have that. So Crunch is gonna fly into a frenzy and just, you and me, let's go, and like fly at it with that crit.
Awesome. So the way I do crits is take the max amount on the dice,
Okay.
and then add that to a regular dice roll and all the pluses that you have, whatever pluses you get from raging, etc.
Gotcha. Where are my rolls? Okay. So that is going to be 8 plus 10 is 18.
Awesome. Are you attacking you're attacking the sneaky one?
I'm attacking the sneaky one. No rogue owlbear gets past my sights.
Well, it looks really bloody. Like you have hacked off one of its little owlbear arms and it's like screaming angrily at you. And you notice it only has one eye. Like the other half is just scarred and it's clearly seen some stuff.
Okay. Well, I'm still gonna try and put it. I'm gonna try and put it in the ground with a frenzied attack using that bonus action.
Awesome. Does that mean you get another attack then, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one's a 17 to try and hit.
Oh, that hits.
Okay.
Especially on an injured owlbear.
13 points of damage.
You've killed the second owlbear.
Just going to town with his hammer. Yeah, this is just like a fluffed up kamku. Like, you know how crows get really fluffy before they molt for the first time? Much that same way, just a ball of feathers and hate.
Oh, he's a floof. So
he's
exciting.
A little floof. But that's going to be the end of their turn.
Hate. So up above you, the dragon bear growls and shrieks into the sky again and takes off on its dragon wings and starts hovering higher. You can see behind him there's a tower, and it looks like he's almost sort of hovering over the tower now. He's backed up, if they can. I don't know if you can do that while flying, but they can. So, you know, and that's going to be his turn. The other owlbear, let's see, who attacked him last? I think it was Prios. So it is going to attack with its claws. And it will try and hit. And that is a nat 20, I think. Sorry.
Well, I don't like that at all.
And it does. Hang on, I'm trying to figure out how it calculated this here.
Broom will cast silvery barbs, so you have to re-roll the die and use the lower one.
Nice.
I can do that as a reaction.
All right.
Well, that I am a fan of.
It is an 11 now.
Excellent.
I bet that. Does that hit you?
That does not hit me.
Okay, good.
All right, now
I'm sure I wrote it down. It might hit some of your friends, but it wouldn't hit you. Okay.
Who is closest to it now?
I think who did the last damage to the non-sneaky one? That would be Prios, I think. Unless Prios has stepped away, in which case it would be Grumble.
All right, we'll go with Grumble as the after effect of that spell. They have advantage on their next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw they make within the next minute.
Oh,
awesome. That's going to come in handy because actually, no, that probably won't come in handy. The owlbear turns and attacks you with its beak, and it's not going to come in handy because you're not attacking or saving. It's just going to try and bite you. Oh, and it rolled a 24. I'm
Okay.
assuming that hits
Yeah.
for 7 points of damage.
Okay.
And that's going to be its turn. Brumal, you are up.
Oh my, this won't do. This won't do at all. My friends are being hurt. He gets real nervous with his like super long, lanky arms. Tries to grab at the frost that's on him and makes like a snowball, and he throws it. And as it goes straight towards the owl bear, the snowball turns into this long icicle with a hilt and just stabs it. And the ice knife does it does 1 damage.
Wait, you have to roll to attack first, don't you?
Well, yeah, probably. Yeah. So God,
It's not like magic missile. I'm sorry. Well, maybe next time it'll do more damage.
18 to hit.
That is going to hit.
All right, so it takes 1 damage, and I look very disappointed.
The owl bear growls in your general direction. And Kite of the Wind, you are up.
I give Brumal a bit of a pat on the back. I think we're kind of hanging out towards the back. How far away is this dragon owl bear that is now started to fly up?
It is now up in the air, so it is probably 50 feet away, I would say.
I would like to use the critical success from Sam the Conqueror to cast chromatic yarn ball, aka chromatic orb, at this dragon owl bear. So that's gonna take quite a bit of damage. Let's see, math here real quick. So that's 24 plus 13. So that's going to be 37 points of lightning damage as this lightning just kind of shoots out and strikes this owlbear dragon.
Wow. Does it like shoot out with a yarn ball?
Yeah, so
or...
it kind of like rolls out like a yarn ball has kind of been tossed across, and this ball just continues rolling and then just kind of explodes upon impact in this kind of charge of lightning.
Very cool. All right. So it takes 37 points. It kind of absorbs it. It like it's clearly hurt, but I think let me just make sure that it's not immune to it. No, it's not immune to it. So yeah, it's hurt, but it doesn't do a whole lot of damage, which you would totally expect it to.
Yeah.
Sav, you're up again.
Fabulous. How far away is it?
The dragon is the dragon's up in the air
like
about 50
far.
feet. Yeah, and the owlbear is like right close to you.
Great. I'm gonna stab at the owlbear with my rapier, and I assume that I'm near allies. Yes. Oh my God, you could not make this up. I just rolled another natural.
Oh no.
Get out of here.
That dice is going to jail. Wow.
There's 2 dice in dice jail now. It's all the way across the room.
Okay. Well, the owlbear just kind of at you.
Yeah, I'm at myself. That is like noticeably disappointed in themselves, like just fed up with the world.
Grumble.
In fact, they turn around and stomp off.
Well, Grumble is looking at this damnable owlbear in front of him, and he's going to say, "Ha ha! I have you now!" And he's going to strike at it with his helm of helm.
Don't forget you have advantage on this one.
Oh, yes. That is a 23. Thank you, advantage. And it is 10 points of helm damage.
Well, it is definitely injured.
Okay, and then, not to be outdone by himself, he is going to point at the owlbear in front of him, and he is going to say, "You salty feather weaver, I'm going to take your brain from the inside and put it on the outside. Ding dong, mother nutter." May I have a wisdom saving throw, please?
Okay. That is a 3.
A 3 will not succeed. 3 will not succeed. And he takes 9 points of brain damage.
Tell me how it looks when you kill him.
He starts sort of weaving back and forth as if he's dancing to some unseen song, and then he stops and his brain explodes. All right, like totally his brain is like, you're standing there and it's like he's going to Starbucks, but then he opens the door to Starbucks and he's like, oh no, that's not going to happen, not at all. And then he goes into the Starbucks and then he's like, oh damn, I forgot my chakra cleansing crystal. And then he's like, oh no, I'm dead, oh no.
Okay then. The owlbear is dead, and all 3 owlbears are now dead. And the dragon bear up above growls one more time, blows fire in your general direction, and flies off. So you're all able to take a breath of relief. And you think back to what the townsfolk had said earlier. We're going back in time to this morning. You've just arrived in Holbeck, a tiny hamlet on the edge of a large forest. There's not much to it. It's a handful of businesses that somehow hang on in the middle of nowhere, bracketing a dusty laneway. And you're here in response to a message you received. I am in search of a group of sellswords to brave the treacherous Holbeck woods in order to capture a particular specimen, a rare hybrid reported to be on the loose near the old wizard's tower. I'm offering 2,000 gold for the collection of the creature and a 500 gold bonus for a living specimen. See the guild hall for more information. And it's signed with a flourish, yours, the esteemed Professor Garnis Zumal. And you look around, there's a couple of locals leaning against a fence, and like I said, a few ramshackle buildings. What do you guys want to do?
Like, do you know how many outfits I can buy for 2,000 gold? It would be like totally awesome.
Now, look, Grumble. I don't, from the look of this place, think we're going to find a lot of worthy outfits. I don't see any kind of like hair salon or anything that can, I feel all sweaty from the travel, and I need to take care of this. I just kind of like gesture at like my matted fur.
I immediately cast Prestidigitation on you and clean you perfectly.
Oh my. And I will, like, this very, very slow motion, toss my head, and the mane just kind of flows behind me.
I'll cast
Oh
Gust.
my.
Gust, so you've got a nice fan going.
I knew I liked this group.
And she like looks around to see how they can contribute, like plucks a feather and sort of like jumps up to try and tuck it behind your ear.
Oh, well, that might be a touch too much, but I think I'll let it stay.
To make it look good.
Like, it doesn't even matter. Wait, no, that was wrong. Like, it doesn't even matter where you are, as long as you have the inner strength, you can make anything fabulous. Like, totally.
Blood is a good look on anyone.
Wait, where's the blood?
Not like totally look. I don't know why. I gotta talk like this too, but I'm gonna try. Now, where was that Starbucks?
Oh, the Starbucks was like completely in the future. So I think we'll have to go there because that's where I took the owlbear to like blow up, but that hasn't happened yet. So like that's where we're at. Maybe like you could find some crystals or like cleanse your chakra or something. Maybe like
That might work.
You
I think
do
we'll have to
notice
try.
one of the ramshackle buildings has sort of burnt into the side a crude picture of a mug. It could be a Starbucks. I mean, you never know.
I mean, like maybe it's a comet barrel. I don't know.
Ooh, maybe they have boba.
Grumble is going to
God, I
look.
hope not.
Grumble's going to look right at Zav and he's going to be like, "Totally, we should go, right?"
Zav's appearance changes. It like shifts around them, and they morph their features into this very angular, like very long blonde hair, like very shishi, beautiful nails, on point mascara, all of that. It's like totally. Let's.
And as Zav's features shift, both Grumble and Prius are going to go like, "Damn!" Sorry, I just made that up for you, Dwight. I felt it in my soul, though.
Zav's features shift back and says, "But before, perhaps we should take care of the matter at hand. All business."
What was the guy's name? Relish or something?
Something very fancy. I'm not sure. Perhaps. Do we have the paper, DM?
Yep, you do.
So I'll
and
just-
his name is Professor Garnis Zumal.
Garnish,
care.
that was it. Yes.
Doesn't matter. I'm just going to fold the paper over so that the signature is showing and just hold it up to a townsperson and say, "Where do we find him?"
I don't know what that says, ma'am.
Great. I give up.
To
There's
a
always coin to be
Starbucks?
made in a tavern.
Well, I suspect that you're here like those other adventurers were to go out to the old wizard's castle or wizard's tower and look for them beasties.
Yes, beasties. Where do we find those?
By the wizard's tower.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it
Can
is
you-
by the wizard's tower, Jet. I told ya. It's by the wizards. Yeah.
And that is
On the other side of the wood. No
Beautiful.
sane person goes into the woods, though.
lovely. We're all mad
lovely.
here.
Grumble is going to sort of lean in to Kite on the Wind and sort of like whisper, is like, "Did that person like totally say that adventurers went? Because I didn't hear anything about like, them returning."
That's kind of what I heard. I mean, maybe they just thought it was a nice place to live, so they're all like camping out and kind of doing the the Coachella thing, and some bards and music and the owlbears, or maybe the I don't know.
Yeah, like I totally have no idea, but like I don't know if maybe we shouldn't check it out. Although something in my mind tells me that we're going to no matter what.
Oh,
I
most
will trust
definitely.
you on that, yeah.
Well, if you want to hear more about the other adventurers, I bet you the innkeeper will know because she knows everything. Bertha, she's real smart. And
Bertha,
they're both sort
she's
of
real
nodding
smart.
they're both nodding in unison at you guys.
Grumble is going to say to Arthur, is like, I don't know about you, but like I'm totally detecting a plot device right now. And I think like maybe we should go to see Bertha because it's like I'm being driven by an unseen force. It's like calling to me,
Like,
No.
totally.
I gotta say, Grumble, that seems out of character for you to actually go do the thing you're supposed to go do.
Yeah, like you don't understand. It's totally like not what I would ordinarily do, but I almost feel like compelled to do it as if there was like some imaginary time constraints or something.
Or,
I
you know, some sort of train tracks that you're tied to and being railroaded by.
Choo
Something
choo,
like
mother
that.
nutter.
Zav is going to walk towards the tavern and then cast, like imaginarily cast a fishing line onto Grumble and like pull him towards her.
And Grumble is going to walk forward as if pulled by said.
I use
imagination.
prestidigitation to make the path that you're taking just glow with little lights and colors, just to like highlight you and, you know, make sure everyone can see how grand you are.
Doc or Grumble is gonna look around, is like, does anybody have an exclamation point over there? No, never mind.
All right, so you come into the inn and it's sort of, well, it's a little damp looking and the ceiling is really low and it feels not exactly welcoming. And there is a large woman behind the bar. And
How
she
low are the ceilings?
they're probably just at 6 feet.
Oh my. So you see my lanky slender man ass like bend to get in because I'm 6'9" and weigh like 150 pounds. So I've got just really long skeletal like limbs. Occasionally people see me, they're like, oh god, oh whoa, wait, hang on. Then they see the
Yeah.
hair, but I'm like bent under, and now I'm like half crouched with my hands like this because I have no place to put them. People are like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm just here for the atmosphere.
Oh, good. Another bunch of adventurers. Yeah, awesome. Great. Find a seat. You guys are like the fourth group that's been through here in the last 3 months. I mean, they tell me that the guy from the first group is walking again, but you know, I don't know. He didn't look so good the last time I saw him. And that last group burned. One of them lost all the hair on his head. You would not catch me going in there. The woods are not safe. They're just not safe.
Kite's just like touching her
Zav
fur.
will, and Zav like just pats Kite's shoulder in a way that's meant to be comforting, but is very awkward. Like,
I turn back to Grumble and I say, I don't think they're at Coachella after all.
No, I don't think so. It's like almost as though they barely returned at all.
but they
That's
did
true.
return.
Yeah, they barely returned, but they did come back. And then they're like, oh, we need somebody to patch us up. And, you know, we don't have a doctor here in town. We're a small town. I don't know why she's suddenly from the Bronx, but she is.
Crunch is
You know.
gonna like grab the letter with the description of whatever creature we're looking for and like put it on the thing, tap it excitedly with a feather, and aha, a worthy opponent.
Yeah, that's the wizard that lives out there. He's creepy. He has no eyebrows. It just makes him look so weird. And
They've
you
probably
know,
been burned off.
I don't know. It makes him look mad. You'd have to be mad to live out there in that tower. It's probably haunted. The old wizard that used to live there, he had like, they say he had an army of skeletons, like live skeletons that would like march around and stab people and stuff. I'd give something to see that. I mean, I wouldn't go in the woods to see that, but you know, it'd be pretty cool to see a bunch of skellies kind of marching down the road, as long as they weren't coming for me. I mean, that's why I'm not an adventurer.
This is sounding better and better all the time. Honestly, I'm very excited.
All bones break with given enough pressure, and Crunch will like heft the hammer onto their shoulder.
There might be books there too. I like books. I like reading.
Sounds like it's quite a dark place. Perhaps it's a place we could shine some light. And I will, again, I toss my hair and my right paw starts to glow with sunlight, and it illuminates my face, nothing else around me.
You know, it's funny you should mention light. My cousin's ex-husband's sister's nephew once saw some lights in the windows there. Up to something. I don't know what he was up to. But I mean, clearly he's conjuring like demons from other portals or you know, something. I read the newspapers from town. Those city people get up to all sorts of stuff.
Sorry, I have like a very short attention span. I'm very like easily distracted. Who was it that had that? It was your who again?
Oh, it was my cousin's ex-husband's sister's nephew.
Oh,
By
right.
marriage. By marriage.
Oh, by marriage even. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
and
you actually get a little more distracted as you find yourself growing a tail.
so feels something tickling his back, and he's like, "Oh, what the sugar?"
So that was a bane that I drew out of our great big bowl of banes and boons. So I believe that one was from Hawkmere.
Yeah.
There you go. Now you have a tail.
Well,
It looks good on you, honestly.
It looks great. I mean, they're great.
I mean, I think we all know that like anything that I wear, I will like rock. But you know, it's like growing out of me and whatnot. And so it's like, you know, I'll have to cleanse it with sage just to make sure it's no like evil energy or any like evil karmic components or whatnot.
Is it useful? Is it prehensile? Could we have you hold something extra with it? And Zav will hold out one of their daggers.
Grumble will try and grab it with his tail.
You tell me if it succeeds.
Hell yeah, it
That's
does.
on you.
Hell yeah, it does.
It's your tail.
All right. Okay. Prius. Okay.
There's no
I immediately
burning
start
of
putting
sage
small things
in
for
the
him to pick
hotel.
up.
There's no burning of sage in the inn.
Oh no. Well, I'll do it
Absolutely no indoor
outside.
fires.
Like, okay, no indoor fires. Okay, but Prius, look. That thing you did on your hand. Here, can you cast it on my tail?
Can I cast it on someone else?
I don't know.
Don't know that I've ever tried that before, but let me see. And I'll hold it out. And again, it just starts to glow. Huh, that does work.
So as Grumble's tail starts to glow, he's going to be moving it back and forth over Prius's face like a spotlight, like one of those things in a movie premiere.
Zav will turn to Bertha as the person we've been talking to, right?
Yep.
Did you say that the wizard who lives by themselves in a tower in the middle of the woods is a city person?
Yeah, he came here. Something about doing research on stuff or something. He's gone back to the city while he's waiting for this. What does he call it in the letter? A specimen. While you know the adventurers keep coming here trying to catch this specimen for him.
Excellent. And you said there were others that came back from their adventure.
Yeah.
Not whole, but alive.
Yeah. Oh yeah, everybody's come back. But you know, there ain't no doctor here for them, so I just send them on.
On
to the city.
Oh, so they're not here.
No. Why would we keep them here? We don't. I'm not a hospital. This is just an inn.
I really can't refute your logic. I have no argument for you. I have.
Well, perhaps we should make our way through the woods to this tower then.
As everybody's talking, Grumble is going to say, "Hey, Brumal, guess what?
Yes.
if somebody was to like flip a coin, now I
Mhm.
would win on both sides.
We should try this.
Heads and tail. That's why, because I've got a head and a tail now. That's all I mean.
Oh, I thought we were going to play a fun game.
Oh, I'm sorry.
About what?
Oh, what were you talking about?
Sav was talking.
Oh, right. Zab was, and then Grumble is going to wave his lit tail around.
Like trying to put a piece of fabric on the top of it to see if it's like a lampshade. No idea what's going on other than that at the moment. It's just.
I think Crunch is just going to repeat like the woods, both from like Brenda and from the people who we've stopped, like just kind of repeating the woods in different voices.
Yeah, is there anything else you guys want to look at here in town before you start to make your way through the woods? Or anyone you want to talk to?
Kite's feeling good.
Awesome. So you start to make your way through the woods. And I think I'm going to have one of you make a survival check to make sure you're going the right way. Who wants to be the first to make a survival check?
I would most likely be the one going first. So 21.
Well, that definitely succeeds. So you manage to stay on the trail, and a bird's nest falls from above and lands on, hang on a sec here, on Crunch's head. And there are eggs in it. And as soon as I find a D4, I will tell you how many. 2 eggs.
2. Ah, look at the wee babes.
It's a good look for you. You should keep it on.
It's a nice hat.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of eggs are they?
Are they like small eggs, big eggs?
Yeah.
Small eggs. They look
Small
like,
eggs.
well, smaller than that. They look like robin's eggs or something. Like, not like owlbear eggs or anything. That would be not so fun.
Yeah, I think Crunch is going to take some of the fluffier down feathers, pull out a couple and put them into the nest to keep them nice and warm.
Aww.
And then wear the whole thing as a crown.
Very cute.
So as you guys continue walking along, you start to hear growling coming from the left-hand side of the path.
When I hear that, I kind of arch my back a little bit and look, and I will kind of veer off to that side of the path and just gesture to everyone else. Can I tell what it might be from the sound?
Yeah, it sounds a bit owlbear-like. I mean, you've heard a few owlbears before.
I will. Is there like what's over there? Is it like brush or what's on that side of the path?
Yeah, I mean, most of you're in a forest, so it's all trees and brush and stuff, and you're on an actual path. There's like little animal paths going different ways, and there does seem to be one leading that way.
Yeah, I'm gonna just use my quarterstaff to kind of like poke through the brush to see if I can see anything in that direction. Is it still out of sight?
You see an owlbear, and it's growling, and it's sort of mantling, or well, it doesn't have wings, but it's sort of hovers like over a carcass of a deer, and appears to be dining. And behind it, you can sort of see a nest den type thing. sort of carved into a conveniently located rock.
I'll turn back to the group. Well, got an owlbear having dinner back here. I don't reckon we should disturb him, but just want to let you know. It's not like in the direction we're trying to travel, right? Or is
Nope,
or is
it's
it
just
okay?
off the road.
I don't much like it when people interrupt my meals, so maybe we just let it go.
Agreed.
Yes.
All
I'll
right.
stand in that spot as the group goes past to see if anything.
Well, while you're standing there, 2 crows fly down and perch on your shoulders. They hold a squawking conversation, ignoring you, and they seem determined to stay there.
Not these two again.
Crunch just
Ugh.
excitedly points to them, points to Crunch, points to them again, like, hey, same.
Kite's
right.
also really excited because Kite has a twin sister named Rook, and the birds remind her of her sister.
Aw.
Look, if you poop in my hair, we are going to have words.
And they continue ignoring you and talking to each other, possibly saying bad things about you because, they're crows. I mean, probably saying bad things about you.
Do I understand what they're saying?
No.
Okay.
Unless do you have animal speech?
No, I do not. So. Yep.
Nope. Then you don't.
So yeah, this is not the first time that they've been with me. Like I think they come back and leave at their will. I've just kind of resigned myself to having these crows on my shoulders whenever they decide they're going to be there. And I just kind of like shoulders slumped, start to walk back down the path.
All right. So you come to a fork in the path. Which way would you guys like to go? Right or left?
Well, in the Feylost, you never take the left hand, or the Feywild, you never take the left-hand path. It always leads to something wrong.
So that's likely the direction we need to go then.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
heard
that's
left
quite
is
astute.
always right.
I live by the phrase left is right and right is wrong.
All right.
Unless you turn around and then left is right and right is wrong and nowhere is good.
I'm sorry, I cannot hear what y'all are saying over these dang birds.
Just
What I
happily started
said
to mimic the
was-
birds, just like also adding to the cacophony of squawks.
So you guys head down the left-hand path because, the guy who kind of knew where you were going can't hear you. And yeah, and there's lots of squawking. You're not at all subtle going down this path. And you continue walking for a little bit. And I think we're going to take a 5-minute bio break. And if you need to grab a drink or anything, now is the time. Awesome. All right, before we get going again, I'd like to introduce my lovely players here. We are going to go around across the lines here. I was waiting for the overlay to load so I could figure out who was first. Why don't we start with Dwight?
Hey y'all, I'm Dwight. I am the big bearded nerd, at least for now. I am one half of MTD, and I am super excited to be playing in the game right now. Again, thank you all for all the players, for Cole for running the game, and keep donating, because if you don't, I might have to shave my beard tomorrow, and nobody wants to see that. So
I want to see that.
I have it on good authority that Dwight looks weird without a beard. Oh, that rhymed.
Or with.
Hey. All right. Rachel.
Hi, my name is Rachel. I am a group facilitator at Game to Grow and am really thrilled to be here. I thank everyone for their donations and am just excited to be here.
Okay, Arthur.
Hello, I'm Arthur. Pronouns are he, him, and I'm also a group facilitator for Game to Grow, as well as one of the writers on Critical Core, which is a system that Game to Grow uses. So yeah,
Cool.
that's all I gotta say.
Gary, why do you have sunglasses?
Because I went into the other room to snuggle my cat, and I take my glasses off and lay in the bed with the cat, and I left them in there. And these are the only glasses I had at my desk.
Okay. Nice.
Perfect.
All right, why don't you introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Gary, and I am the editor and chief errand boy at Fortnerddotcom. We do a whole bunch of things, including producing shows, which are Tuesday night. We run a 5th edition anthology game set in Ravenloft with 10 players and 2 dungeon masters. You might be asking yourself, how does 10 players and 2 dungeon masters work? Well, you'll have to step into the mist and join us to find out on Tuesday nights at 8:30, Fortnerdotcom Monday nights. You can see me right here on Mini Terrain Domain for Scribes and Scrolls. And God, you can see me at a whole bunch of other places. I spent too much time doing this stuff. So
Don't we all? Steve.
Yes, I am Steve. They, them. I am a leather worker, artist. I also teach classes. This is the dice cup I made for Nicole to remember this game by. I am partnered with Shannon, who's in the other room. And I definitely love that Lloyd's game is a Ravenloft game with 2 DMs. That sounds like...
Oh, no, not Lloyd's. It's Gary's game.
Gary's, sorry. Gary's game is phenomenal.
Yeah, that sounds really, I don't know how that works. I
haven't seen
I guess I know what I'm doing on Tuesday.
Ravenloft play games. Yeah, I'm super excited about that. I'll have to watch. It's my favorite setting.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Shannon.
Hi, I'm Shannon. I'm a big nerd and I like playing Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm excited to play Dungeons and Dragons here with you all. And that's pretty much it.
Yay, for the kids. It's not because we're having fun. We're doing this only for the kids.
Yeah, only.
Yeah.
Exclusively.
Before we continue, one of the donation incentives is I will write you a parody song live on the stream while we are playing Dungeons and Dragons. They are amazing, and it's even more amazing when you consider I'm doing it on the spot. Additionally, if you donate an extra $25, I will sing it in the theme of your choice. I have done heavy metal Britney Spears, and I tell you, it is magical. It'll be probably the best $75 you ever spend. And I'm not even exaggerating. I'm really good.
You know, I did see you sing Silent Night in the style of the Queen last night. And you just encapsulated the true essence of Queen Elizabeth. I felt the need to stand up, you know. Yeah, totally. And I'm Nicole. Before we continue, I should probably tell everybody the game that we're playing right now is one that is published by Night Owl Odysseys. It's called Dragons and Owls and Bears, oh my. And it was I got it anyway, as part of the TTRPGs for trans rights in Texas. I believe that was what it was called. It might be Texas Trans Rights or something like that on itch.io. It was a very, very quality pack of games. There was so much content in there, and I have just been delighting going through it. Yeah, so I am definitely going to be checking out more stuff by Night Owl Odysseys. Anyway, so let's get back to our party here. You guys are in the forest. You are heading towards the wizard's tower, and we will jump to the future. And you are now once again
the present, the future.
The present, rather. We're moving back along the timeline towards the future, I guess is probably how I should say it. You guys are looking down at the owlbears that are now deceased. And the dragon bear has taken off into the woods somewhere, has flown onto the other side of the tower somewhere. And yeah, There's a path that goes up the bluff to the tower. And yeah, and there's 3 owlbear carcasses. What do you want to do?
I would bet that is that one, the one up there that was there. That's the one we're going after. Just in case, no one realized that.
Yeah, still riding high off of the rage. Crunch goes, "Let's get him!"
Grumble
like just starts charging.
Grumble is gonna look around and is like, does anybody else feel the need to have a coffee? Why is this urge all of a sudden coming out of nowhere? I just desperate for like a chai latte with some freaking frap on top of it with a weird whip drizzle. Can't explain it.
That does sound quite delightful. I would love it if we could find something like that around here.
Yeah, maybe like a drive-through where we take our cart and they give us the coffee on the side. Don't even have to go in the establishment. I invented that.
I'm gonna pour some water into a cup for you, do the prestidigitation, and flavor it exactly like that drink you wanted, and just hand it to you.
Ho 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 ho!
Now, Grumble, I don't understand. If we are in the cart and do not go inside,
that's right.
How are they gonna see me?
Because there's like a window on the side of the building. And then you drive up to the window and you say, I want a chai latte with the whipped cream and the frap and the weird shape that drops on top of it. And then they're like, okay, that'll be, 1 silver piece. And then you give them the silver piece and then they hand the coffee out the window.
But what about the other customers? How are they going to see me?
Why did the
and
other
it's around this time that Gary
is going to chase.
Sorry.
Sav is going to chase after Crunch. Because Crunch has gone off on her own.
Yep. Crunch is fully like charging Tusken Raider style with the warhammer overhead.
Excuse me.
I feel like I'll do more like Jack Sparrow run after them. Like,
As Crunch is on his way up the actually, I didn't ask, what are Crunch's pronouns?
Crunch uses they them.
Okay. As Crunch is on their way up the bluff, they notice a small drawstring bag hanging from a bush that's at the side of the pathway.
I think
it's bright green.
It's bright. Then they instantly stop and just like the bird head tilt, like, whoa, interesting thing. Oh. Maybe not head tilt because we got the eggs. Got to keep those safe.
Do you pick it up?
Can I do an investigation check around it first?
Sure.
Nat 20.
Whoa.
6, so it's a 26.
That's crazy. Okay, so it's a bag made out of cloth. It looks like it's fairly heavy, maybe half a pound if you knew what a pound was. It has an aura of magic that I'll let you detect since you rolled a nat 20.
I also have a high arcana.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like a trap per se. It just feels magical.
It feels magical, and it's a pouch. So I look to my belt and I grab one of my socks and reach my hand in and just pull out a potato that appeared for no reason and like throw that over my head. No, that's not the one. Grab another sock, reach in, pulls out a lump of coal. It's like, yes, here, put this in there and see what happens.
Takes the piece of coal.
Looks
at the bag.
You open the bag and you see that it's full of beans. Like little seeds.
Oh, beans, not bees. Okay, very important to clarify.
That would be a very different.
Bees.
Yes, it would be like that Cards Against Humanity card. Bees. Anyway.
Yeah, I think Crunch will take out a handful of beans, put the coal carefully in there, pat it softly, and then offer the beans back to Brumal.
And then I'll go, you keep them.
Snacks. And
I got more potatoes.
Yep, Crunch will free snacks. Never question bush snacks. So
While
Crunch will
you're
leave-
passing them back and forth, you
Mhm.
drop one on the ground.
Oh,
Are they
And
cover it
a
up with
moment
dirt.
later, you have to roll a D100.
Oh,
Both of us
It
that were
is a
standing
bag
there?
of beans, an official D&D bag of beans, which I've never used, but I'm very excited to.
I don't know what this is.
I
Yeah,
didn't know what it was either. I found it on D&D Beyond.
do you wanna roll Steven, or should I?
How about I roll the tens digits, you roll the ones digit?
Oh, I like that. Okay, yes.
Look at that
Group
teamwork.
destruction. 60 something.
68.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just one off.
Okay. I need you guys to roll initiative.
Oh,
Oh God.
A
Yes.
hungry bullet digs its
Oh,
way out of the
no.
ground.
Oh God.
I've never known if it's bullet or bullet,
Oh,
but
no.
it's one of them there things.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
Everyone's rolling initiative.
Everybody.
I got a fantastic initiative. Truly incredible.
I'm going on
Uh-oh.
an 8.
I got a 2.
Hang on
Nice.
a sec here. If you guys can put the initiatives in the chat, then I will enter them in here. Oh, thank you.
I let him know I didn't know he'd stolen my beans. I was watching him crawl back over the wall.
Bang, crash, the lightning.
The lightning
flash.
flashed, and then that's another story. Never mind. Anyway,
Rumble is a 10. Okay.
you have a 12 Dex.
Okay. The bullet goes first,
Oh no.
Ooh. All right.
and it comes swarming out of the ground. It jumps at least 15 feet as part of its movement, and then it can land on its feet in a space that contains one or more other players. So I'm going to say it lands between Crunch and Brumal. And you need to make either a strength or dexterity saving throw.
School
my.
my strength.
It's gonna be Dex.
You are looking to pass a DC 16.
That 12 isn't gonna do it.
Rolled a 15 for a total of 19.
Awesome. You will take half damage then, and unfortunately, Crunch will take full damage.
That's fine. Should be fine.
Yeah.
Go crunch.
Um.
Now I go crunch.
Yes, that's 19 points of damage.
Ooh. Okay. All right.
Hang on
all
one
right,
sec.
all right.
I gotta do some math.
19 heard. Hmm.
So I have my
Oh, and you fall prone.
oh, no.
Cool.
I just gotta check the wording on one of my spell ward. From being the abjuration wizard. That brings it down to 1 point. So I didn't take any
Ooh.
damage because I was at half damage,
nice.
and the spell ward absorbs
Okay,
however much.
but Crunch still takes 19.
Crunch doesn't have anything. I'm not a magic user.
So it
I
like
have one
hits this
spell and it's bomb.
shield around me, and I go, ooh, like oh no.
Crunch is still up though, right?
Yeah, Crunch is still up.
Okay.
Crunch has got enough HP to tank that, but there is a loud, undignified squawk that happens.
Okay. Prius, you are up.
Oh, I think the hell not. And I will just kind of run. And again, there's a completely unnecessary like leaping somersault shoulder roll that I then leap into while growling. And I'm going to come down on it with my quarterstaff.
Okay.
That's going to be a 6, which will not hit, I'm sure. But I am going to spend a key point this time, and we're going to flurry of blows, one of which will be with my claws. That is a 10.
Still
Probably not going to hit.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of swear under my breath as I kind of drop down to one knee and I stick my right paw out. Is an 18 hit?
Yes, it does.
All right. So my paw starts to glow as I'm down on one knee, and it's a bolt of pure sunlight shoots out and hits this thing right smack dab in the face, doing 4 points of radiant damage. And I flick my hair to the side with a
Awesome.
flourish.
Zev, what do you do?
Oh, it's my turn.
I think Kite's ahead of me.
Sorry.
Yes.
I jumped ahead here.
Yes.
My apologies.
I am backing up, but keeping Crunch within 30 feet. And I'm going to use my metamagic distance spell from back in order to cast Cure Wounds at a range of 30 feet. And I will cast Cure Wounds on Crunch. And that is not 9 healing to Crunch.
Much obliged.
Yes. Just like, okay, and that's all I say. And that's my turn.
Okay, now it's Zav.
Zav will position himself so that I am flanking with Prios, if that's possible, and then attack with my rapier, which is a 12 to hit.
That's not gonna hit.
Dang darn it. I cannot. It's not. Come on. All right.
Sorry.
Well, that's fine. I will disengage and step away.
Okay, Grumble.
All right. He's going to look at this creature and he's going to say, "By Helm's helm, I return you to the deep earth, wherever you came from. I don't really know. I don't judge." And the spiritual helm will emerge again and is going to try and boop him on the nose. And that is don't know if that's going to hit. A 13?
No, it doesn't.
Yep,
It
13.
bounces right off the back of the bullet.
All right, and then he's going to point at the bullet and he's going to say, "Your brain is big, which is more to hurt, Mother Nutter." And may I have a wisdom saving throw, please?
Yes, you can. That's a natural 1.
Natural 1. Ha ha! Ding dong, mother flipper. Ha ha! 5.
Okay. And is that your full turn?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm going to move away from it because I'm going to leave that to everybody else to deal with. I'm not into that.
Okay, Brumal.
Oh goodness. So I'm right in base to base with it, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna try and move away from it as far as I can.
Okay. It's going to get an opportunity attack. Actually, it should take an opportunity attack on Grumble first. Since
Was I beside it?
I don't know. Were you beside it?
I don't
Okay.
need to be.
Okay. Then never mind.
Yeah.
It will get an opportunity attack on you, though, Brumal.
Yep.
Okay. It attempts to bite you. And it rolls a 17. Well, it rolls a 17 and that's plus 7, so it's for
Okay.
24. Sorry.
I can't shield that. I was hoping it would be slightly less.
Yeah, that's
Oh wait. Haha. Silvery barbs.
okay. What does silvery barbs do?
That's the one that makes you roll again and use a lower result.
Huh, okay,
You might miss.
I don't though. I rolled a 21 the second time. Sorry.
All right, well then.
But I will re-roll the damage. Maybe the damage will be lower.
It's just for one die roll. But I have advantage on my next saving throw.
Okay. So you do take a fair amount of damage here. Yeah. I'm sorry. I think you're down. Because that was 30 points of damage.
Oh,
It bites hard.
I am almost super dead. I am at -10.
Yeah, you're down. Okay. Yikes. All right. Crunch, you're up.
Crunch opens their beak, and you can hear like the cheers and boos, like the raucous of like a coliseum, and just my legs, I can't feel my legs. And Crunch is going to get back up like to their feet and just rage and hammer on this guy. Reckless attack.
Okay.
Let's see. Reckless with advantage. That's 19. So that's going to be a 24 total, but let's see if I could get a nat 20 in here. Nope. 24 to hit.
That definitely hits.
All right. That's going to be 12 damage.
Okay.
And I use my bonus rage, so I can't frenzy attack yet. That's gonna be it.
Okay. The bullet is confused by people attacking it. It's not used to that. It's used to just eating them and that being done. And it kind of seems to sniff at Brummel, who is down, and it nibbles a little bit at his toes. Just at his toes, it's fine. And that's going to be its turn. So Prius.
So again, Prius just starts doing these weird like somersaults and flips around this thing as I'm going to flurry of blows, attack and flurry of blows again. So quarterstaff, it's gonna be an 11, which I'm sure misses. Yeah, that's gonna miss as well. But then a dirty 20 for the Radiant Sunbolt.
Awesome.
So again, you see this just, I'm like kind of doing circles around this thing, flipping, haha, and all of my strikes miss. But then I drop down to a knee and again shoot a bolt of sunlight at it for 5 radiant damage.
Okay. Kite.
Yeah, Brummel is down, and Kite's just like, oh no, and just probably pretty near, so just kind of runs over and will cast Cure Wounds on Brummel. 4. Nice, 10 points of healing.
Awesome.
So you're back up at 10 hit points. And then I'll just like scream at the boulette, and that's my turn.
That was a very good cat scream. All right, Sav.
Zav, once again, we're gonna try another die. We'll dance up to the bullet, positioning themselves so that they have some fancy dancy stuff.
Oh, and you were just given advantage?
Oh, Sam the Conqueror, you're my hero. Thank you. These dice are betraying me at an awesome rate. All right. That is a 4 on the die and a 14. So bless you. That is going to be a dirty 20 to hit. Finally.
That hits. And since other people are in melee with it, you have advantage. And you can do sneak attack.
All right, so that's 3d6 plus 4 then.
I love the sound of rolling sneak attack.
Oh yeah. That's 10, 12, 16 damage.
Awesome.
And then since I had a successful sneak attack, I get to zip away with my rakish audacity and GTFO without provoking an opportunity attack.
Awesome sauce. Okay. Grumble.
Okay. So Brumel's down. Is that still correct?
Yeah. No, Brummel is healed.
Yep, healed.
Oh, good. Oh, great. Okay. Great. Okay, so I mean, first things
Somewhat.
first. First
Somewhat
things
healed.
first. Grumble is going to shout, "By the salty skull of my lord!" And then he's going to smack the land shark with his thing. Okay, so that is a hit. 22.
Nice.
10 points of helm damage.
All right.
And then he is going to say, by the wisdom of the wisest wizards, aim your stuff so that it hits in the general direction of our enemy. And he's going to cast Bless on himself, on Crunch, and on Zav.
Awesome. And what does Bless do again?
It adds a D4 to all hits, all attacks, and saving throws for the duration.
Awesome. Okay, Brummel, you're alive. You're muted.
Sorry. So
Okay.
just sort of looks up, looks at his toes, is like, thinks about standing up, thinks about playing dead, and is like, no, here's a good spot for a nap. And just like lies down and twitches his fingers a little bit, and I'll cast Chill Touch on the bullet.
Nice.
Which does, if I hit, does an 18 hit?
It does.
All right. Oh my God, my damage has been terrible. He takes 3 cold damage.
All right. Crunch.
Okay. Crunch sort of rallies and is in that blind rage. And we're gonna go. I don't know if bullets have knees, but we're gonna try to go for the knees. We're gonna reckless attack for the first one. So that is 16 and a natural 20.
Nice.
All right. Let's get this bludgeoning. That is going to be 22 points of bludgeoning damage.
Whoa. Whoa. Not 222, only 22. Okay.
22. And then we're just frenzying. Let's a bird and a frothing rage.
Yeah, that's gonna hit too.
That's another natural 20.
D&D Beyond loves you right now.
Oh my God. Yeah, it does.
Like there are days when it roll above 10 for me, but apparently you have the luck of the Kenku.
Yeah, Crunch is like I said, Crunch is going directly for like hammer to the back of this bullet's knees. 17 points of damage.
And that is exactly enough to kill the bullet.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, I was thinking about cutting down the number of hit points because the blood should be out of your abilities, but you did it.
Yeah,
Well done.
Like I said, when Crunch goes into a rage, ball of feathers and a hate and nothing else.
Awesome.
All right. So at this point, still lying on the ground, I'm just kind of like, just give me 1 minute. I'm just lying there, and I'll start casting Armor of Shadows on myself, so that shadowy thing comes up, puts on the white ice-like mage armor for me. Except because I'm an abjuration mage and I can cast this spell at will, thanks to my feat. I cast it 6 times, and each time it puts 2 points back into my arcane shield. But I can cast it at will, so it doesn't cost me any components. I just build up that 10 points, and then I like look at everyone and go, I'm very hurt now.
Oh, I have a cat between me and the monitor. Right there. Can you move? Oh no, don't step on the keyboard.
I walk over to Crunch and I just kind of like put my paw on their shoulder to kind of calm him down a little bit. Yeah, well done, little one. Thankfully, I was distracting it for you. Good job taking it out.
Zav will push your paw away and say, no, keep that anger up. We've got to defeat that dragon thing. Let's go.
They open their beak and just like, like stadium roar, but like the crowd is chanting, blood, blood, blood.
Hey,
you do you. So. The crows on Prius's shoulder like cork along with you with the blood. They just kind of work, make that crow noise that I can't apparently make. But yeah. Okay, could you just move somewhere else, kitty cat? You are. He's like literally digging his paws in, refusing to move. You want to be on screen. I know. Just because you were famous 10 years ago does not mean you get to. Anyway, okay. So you climb the rest of the bluff without incident, thank goodness. And you see the tower before you. It's made of smooth gray stone. It's about 3 stories high. And as you circle around it, you can hear this deep rumbling breathing of some sort of creature inside. It almost sounds like snoring. Sorry, Gary.
Is there more than one way in as we circle around?
Nope. There seems to be one big sort of barn-sized door.
Are there any windows?
There are not any windows on this level.
Okay. I am a cat and I can climb.
Can you climb something that's very smooth?
I have a climb speed.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, only one way to find out.
All right.
Let's go.
Climb away then. Let's get. Can I get an acrobatics? Maybe to see if you can get a foothold on the outside.
Rolled a natural 1. I'm gonna go ahead and use that advantage that someone gave me.
Okay.
10.
Yeah, you're not getting a foothold. Just even thinking about that noise.
Yeah, I think Crunch listens to that and then opens their beak and makes the same sound.
Can I do an investigation?
For that.
Can you do an investigation check on what? On the tower, on the noise, on... Oh, you're muted.
You're muted.
Sorry. Just to check out the general area we're in, make sure there's no like traps or weird magical devices.
There doesn't seem to be. The door is kind of not really on its hinges. It seems a little bit sideways. But, and there's a broken crate next to it that seems to have had glassware of some sort in it. It doesn't seem to have done anything. And you hear this snoring continuing.
Can I attempt to hide with and try to peek around the corner, doing a stealth check to see if I see something?
Absolutely.
All right.
Can I help him in any way with that? Could I
Yeah.
like also try and sneak in?
You can either, one of you can give the other advantage if you want.
I got a 17.
Okay.
Unless Shannon gives me advantage, and then
I will give you advantage.
all right, and then
I'll like be behind Brumal's shoulder, being like, oh, no, a little bit lower. No. Yes.
I got a 17 the second time.
That's okay, because a 17 succeeds. You peek around the corner and you see lying on the floor right in front of a broken cage amongst piles of hay and barrels is a sleeping dragon bear. There were two. He hasn't appeared to notice you, and there is a set of stairs leading up right beside it.
So, all right, I'll like slowly go back around the corner. I'll look at everyone and be like, yeah, there's a slight problem with that direction. There's some stairs. I think we could take those, but yeah, it's very large, and I'm afraid I will get eaten again.
Wait,
So,
the stairs are very large.
I mean, probably they go up. That's how you get to a second story. You take the stairs and you go up. So therefore it has to be bigger.
But why are you
But there's
afraid
also
of the
a large
stairs? I don't
creature there.
understand. Oh, that was not clear to me. I just assumed you're afraid of the stairs and wondered maybe you had a bad experience walking up and falling down or something. I don't judge. I don't judge. How you interact with the world is completely valid.
Yes, so I'm not going first.
I think I can take them, like repeating Brumal's words back.
And I will reach out to Crunch and just kind of paw and shoulder, kind of just very slowly pull back a little bit. I don't think charging is the right move here. Let me go take a look. And I will kind of peek in and try to stealthily move into the room.
The crows on your shoulder take off, but they only make crow sounds and the dragon bear doesn't seem to stir. And yeah, you peek around the corner. Roll me a stealth check.
I'd say 21.
You succeed, and yeah, it seems deep asleep.
Okay. I will kind of poke my head back around the corner. Look, I don't think it's going to wake up unless we're really loud. So, y'all, come on.
I'm going to have you guys make a group stealth check. So everybody roll stealth, and I'm going to take the average.
Ha 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 ha! I'm great at this. So great.
Do you want it in the chat or?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Crunch is very quiet.
Oh dear.
That's their specialty.
So my gangly form.
You are still quiet. You are still quieter than Crunch, and happily, thanks to Prius's 23, you guys are silent enough that you are able to creep up the stairs to the first floor. I'm assuming you're going up the stairs and not just around the corner to roll the dragon bear.
I'm like the last one to go up, and as every time somebody makes a noise, I'm like, shh, shh, shh.
While the lower floor was full of simple barrels and cages, the second floor appears to be where the majority of the wizard's experimentation was done. There's drawings of owlbear anatomy on the table in the center of the room. Various notes and alchemical tools and reagents litter the surrounding tables. There's a desk shoved under one window. The desk chair is on its side and slightly charred on the edges. And on the wall hangs a map of the area with several circles and a diploma from the university that's been used for dart practice. Oh, one dart holds a letter to the diploma.
All right, as we get to the top of the stairs, I look over at Grumble and be like, see, they were large. They went up this high. The stairs.
I was very intimidated the entire way.
Zav's going to pull the letter down and see if they can read it.
Yeah, it's from the university telling him that due to his repeated infractions and unethical experiments, they are rescinding all of his titles and he is no longer welcome at the university.
Zav will change their form to look like some typical old, like, male mucky muck scholar and read it out loud in a really ostentatious
Mucky muck
voice.
sort of voice.
Yes, very, very. Well, it seems to me that you were. Blah, 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 blah.
I really want Crunch to walk around going from now on whenever they're thinking about something.
Like, watches that and like nods determinedly to themselves, and then in fact does follow you around and tries to mimic and
Is there anything, like you said, this is where he had experimented? Are there any like remnants of experiments, like potions or scrolls?
There's a lot of notes. If you want to do an investigation check, you can quickly glance through them and see if any of them look important or have vital information in them.
Absolutely, that's a 15.
That's not quite enough, but you do find a little bit of information, just that he had come to the area due to the high population of owl bears, that he wanted to improve the formula, according to his note.
Can we also do a little scan around the room to see if there are any hidden chambers, like little places where there could be extra information that perhaps he doesn't want anyone to find?
There is a desk with a couple of drawers in it, and the drawers are locked.
That happens to be something that I am good at undoing.
Okay, then.
As Zav is going to try and mess with the desk, Grumble is going to come up beside them and he's going to say, "Yeah, I think you got this," and provide guidance. So 1d4.
Are there any mirrors in this room?
Yes, there's one. It's a little dusty.
Okay. I walk as they're working on unlocking this desk. I walk over to the mirror and I kind of use my arm to clean it, and I pull a large brush out of my satchel and just start to like comb my mane down a little bit.
Incredible.
After all the work we've done. So
But before I try and pick the lock on this desk, I would like to see if there are obvious traps or anything there, because I don't want to get my face blown off. It happened one time. It was not pleasant.
No, you don't see anything.
Excellent.
I will tell you that without a roll.
Great. Well, then I will try and pick these locks. And it's not so great, but it's okay. It's a 12.
That is successful. It's a really cheap lock. And you find inside a box about yay big, well, maybe a little bit bigger, and a beat up looking journal.
And I do an Arcana check on that.
The box clearly has something magical inside.
Yeah, but is the box also locked?
The box is not locked.
All right.
It looks like it's just a display box kind of thing. It's fancy.
Well, I'll ask Zav if they're going to open the box, and then I'll do the Arcana check on whatever.
Zav's already opened the box.
Oh. So I'll just like grab it, not being very careful, and like sniff it and like do whatever, trying to figure out whatever an Arcana check can tell me.
Oh, okay. You open the box and it's got a gauntlet inside. It's
Nice.
Covered in dragon skin. It's made out of dragon skin and glass. And the glass is like a big ball on the palm of the gauntlet. It looks like an eye. It's kind of gross looking. It's got like viscous liquid in it. And on the back of the wrist, it says the eraser. And you're definitely getting magical vibes from it. If you roll an Arcana check, maybe you can tell what it does.
Well, that stinks. I got an 8.
Yeah, it does something. I mean, clearly it erases. I mean, it
Oh.
says right on it. I
Brumo.
mean,
Hey, Brumo, you should put it on.
Okay.
Rumble, you should give it to Crunch.
I put it on and then try and give it to Crunch.
okay. Do you point it at Crunch?
No, I put it on my hand
Okay.
and then I walk over and I give it to Crunch.
Okay.
I
Crunch.
do not have a good wisdom.
Crunch takes it and nods happily.
And then I go, ew, because of the eye.
Yeah.
Crunch will Crunch will put it on and attempts to tap the wall, tap the desk. Just starts tapping it on things just to like try.
The first thing you tap it on, it shoots out a gout of searingly hot flame, and you are left with faintly rather smoking ashes, and missing a good chunk of feathers around your face.
Squawks and like throws it across the room.
You now all smell burning feathers.
While right as that's happening, Zav will sort of casually hold the journal out to Kite.
Is it dinner time already?
Look
Okay,
at the journal.
so you look in the journal, and you gather a bunch of different information from in there. But you turn towards the back, and one of the pages it happens to fall open to is marked as day 697. Dragon bear sales continue successful. Must improve on it. Must show those fools at the university, make them pay. Want to retain the dragon's intellect and power, the bear's hunting instinct, return the owl's wisdom and speed. Perfect for attacking. And then you flip a few pages. Experiment number 9, a failure. Erasure unsuccessful. This is at the bottom of the page. Terrifying. Have temporarily secured it. Will attempt retrieval using hired muscle. Must study corpse to identify what went wrong. And that is the last entry in there. And as you're reading that, you hear a thump and some scrabbling from up above. And you all look up and realize there is a pull-down ladder with a, one of those little strings that goes up to people's attics. Space-saving device,
All right, well, I think we've done what we came here to do. So let's go back and conclude this successful adventure, right?
What were we supposed to do again?
I don't even remember. I wasn't listening. I was hoping one of you would, but I feel accomplished.
Were we recovering the weapon or killing the animal?
Crunch holds up the secure specimen letter and in like a voice from Days, money can be used to secure goods and or services.
I know that was what we were supposed to be doing, but given that this wizard sounds like crazy pants, should we actually be helping them, or should we just eliminate these abominations?
We should let Crunch point the glove at the thing downstairs.
I like that idea. Let's do it.
Crunch
And the thing
looks at the
upstairs?
glove across the way and the burnt feathers and
I dare you.
I'm no coward.
Walks over, picks up the glove again.
What about up there?
If we don't see it, it's not our problem.
Well, until it jumps on our head.
Oh, that's a
No.
good point.
And we know that there's a second one of those beasts somewhere.
Let me go check.
Also know that there is a third floor. Like from outside, you could tell there was.
I'm gonna walk over and jump up to the ladder and
I will-
pull it down.
Go with Prius to help in any way I
Okay.
can. At least
Um,
keep him out of trouble.
The disgraced professor's bedchamber is at the top of the tower. Fine furnishings and lush furs decorate the sprawling room. Books on a number of creatures, both mythic and mundane, line the walls, and several are piled near and on the bed, all clearly a sign of his obsession. A telescope sits at the window next to a comfy chair that has a slightly charred and worn robe draped over the back, and the room otherwise seems empty. On the coverlet of the bed are several books, but the one on top is titled Chimeras for Dummies.
Well, this book is not for me. Who's stupid?
I mean, sometimes.
Okay, well, it's addressed to you then.
Kind of look like the picture of the chimera. It's like, do you think this is like what he was trying to make? Like, is he trying to make his own chimera?
Can I get you all to make perception checks?
Sure.
I automatically fail that because I'm too interested in what's about to happen.
21.
Awesome.
Natural 20.
22 for Grumble.
21 as well.
Okay,
5.
so everyone except Zav and Brumal, you guys hear panting breath and a slight movement of the dust ruffle on the bed makes you realize something's hiding under the bed. By the way, a dragon bear would not fit under the bed. Just saying that in advance.
I will pounce down on all fours and peek under the bed.
I'll go do the same thing on the other side.
You look under and you see a cat walking across my desk again. You see a
That's Kite going to the other side of the bed.
yeah, a very small bear-like creature with a beak and dragon wings, and it is crunched down. It goes meep when it sees you, and it is watching you with careful, intelligent eyes, trying to anticipate which way to dodge, and it looks terrified.
Oh,
It.
butter
Well,
my
that's-
butt and call me a biscuit. Look at that thing. And I will reach into my satchel and pull out some like jerky or something and just kind of hold it out. Come on, little guy. Come here. I
Okay,
ain't gonna hurt you.
can I get either animal handling or persuasion or some other skill that you feel like you could roll to convince it to come out? I mean, it's part
let-
bird, so it's
yeah,
going to be
yep.
a little scared of a
We're
lion.
gonna go with animal handling. It's a 15.
Okay. It edges towards the edge of the bed, towards the food, but doesn't quite come out. Anybody
Okay.
want to help?
Yeah, I'll
It's
help.
at this point I notice it. I'm like, oh, like arms up in
And
the
it
air.
goes way back into the corner now.
I turn
Crunch.
over to Brummel. I got this. It's all right. It's all right.
Okay,
Crunch is
I
gonna
didn't
put
see it.
a feathered like hand. What is at the end of a Kenku's hand? Who knows? Puts it on Prius's shoulder in the like imitating the same way that Prius has put like the paw on their shoulder, and will like use that the sounds that they've stored from the crows to make like soft like bird sounds at the owl bear dragon thing to help Prius make that animal handling check.
Can I get you to roll animal handling or persuasion or some other skill to help him?
Yeah, let's
Yeah, just
go.
pick what skill.
Let's go with animal handling, and I'm going to use the Kenku recall to give myself proficiency on animal
Okay.
handling.
Okay.
So there should be a +2 to this. So 15 total.
Awesome. It edges towards the edge of the bed, and it doesn't seem to come any further though.
And I will I just kind of just with my paw just kind of nudge the meat a little bit closer to it, and I will kind of just paw my way back a couple of paces. It's all right, little guy. It's all right.
And
We
it
ain't gonna
edges
hurt you.
forward, and it snags the food and it like downs it in like 2 seconds. Clearly it's hungry.
I'll grab a couple more pieces and set them out.
Seeing that, I'll sort of hand my snack bag to Prius, and
The bullets seem to like Rummel's toes. We could try those too.
It edges towards you guys. I think we need another animal handling roll from someone else. We got to get a little bit above.
I'll try and
Sure.
persuade it.
I can.
Okay, that works.
Okay.
21.
That definitely succeeds. It comes out and looks around at all of you.
I will just kind of hold my hands out in front, like gesturing for it to come. Like I'll just sit cross-legged in front of it. Come here, fella.
It looks intrigued by you guys, but it kind of shifts a little, its eyes going from you guys to the window behind you. And it's clearly debating whether or not to run or what. Meep.
Should we like put a leash on it, or what do we do? What are we doing with it?
Oh, you can make that noise, right?
And it looks at you like startled. Meep, 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 meep.
Beep, beep.
And
It's just repeating the noise back to it.
It like sort of waddles towards you, and it's clearly a baby, but it's also clearly going to be big. It's got big ass bare paws. So yeah, it's going to grow very big.
I will reach over and see if I can just gently pick it up.
Okay, it looks wary, but okay with you coming closer. Yeah.
And I'm just gonna pick him up and just like cradle him with one arm and just start to gently pet the back of its head. Oh, you are adorable.
Meep, meep, meep.
Is that your mama downstairs?
You notice it doesn't look anything like a dragon bear.
No? Okay.
Yeah. It's clearly not going to be as big as a dragon bear, and it's much more owl-like in its face.
Did that mean old wizard do this to you? Is he?
Meep, meep.
Oh, okay. Well,
it's like pretty obvious that it's understanding what you're saying. And it's looking out at the sky again, wanting to take off.
Well, I look around at the group. We will protect you.
Zab will go over to the window and open it. Choose wherever you want to go, but we are not going to hurt you.
And I will, at that, I will reach out and just kind of set it on the bed, like on top.
It follows you when you put it down. It's clearly imprinted on you.
Cute.
Crunch excitedly holds out like the nest with eggs. Like, we both have families now.
Oh.
And with that, we're going to end our game. You guys have the guild. Do you tell the guild what happened? Do you
No.
claim the reward?
Oh.
We don't tell them shite.
They assume that you failed like everybody else, and you go on to great fame and fortune as the adventuring party that has a bunch of has monsters on their side.
I need chat to give a name for Prius's new baby.
You said biscuits.
Biscuit.
Or just Meep.
I love that.
I'm gonna go with Biscuit because I love me a good little
Okay.
biscuit, and he seems just a
That's
tender little
awesome.
piece. So
Wonderful.
yep. Yeah, I think that we just are gonna take off and just continue on our adventure. Just like, we don't need that money. We got something even better.
Friendship.
Friendship.
Have someone build me a
Monday.
wooden toe.
All right.
I think we're going to call it done here.
Okay. Well, we will. I'll go ahead. I'll wrap us up here, Cole. Thank you so much for running the game. I had a blast. Let's go around real quick, and I'll just do it in the order that we are on the screen here. So, and so Gary, you want to kick us off?
Sure. Thank you everybody for participating in this incredible call to adventure. We're just over $3,500. If you want to follow me, sure, you can do that. Fortnerddotcom on Twitter and Twitch. As I said, we do a Ravenloft game every Tuesday nights. You can see me on right here, Mini Terrain Domain, Monday nights, and Scribes and Scrolls. And I didn't mention it before, but if you're interested in the dark future, I also produce a fully edited cyberpunk podcast called Cyberpunk Independence, which just started season 2. So I'd encourage you to check that as well.
Cool. All right, Brumo.
Sorry, got my mute button all figured out finally. I had a great time with you guys. Gladly do this again sometime for you, like whenever you need it. I'm glad we raised a lot of money, and I just hope I can help out in the future.
Awesome. Thank you. Zav.
Thanks, folks. It was a blast. Thanks, Cole, for running it and for inviting us. And thanks all of you guys. It was great to meet you. Had a great time.
Awesome. Cole, I'll have you go next because I wanna finish up with our Game to Grow crew. So
Awesome. Well, it was so much fun running this, and I'm so glad we were able to raise some money for Game to Grow. They're such a good good group to work with.
yeah, awesome. I will turn it over to y'all for the two of you for a couple minutes here. If you want to introduce yourselves again, we've been putting y'all on the spot this weekend because one of the reasons we wanted to make sure that we had Game to Grow folks with us because we wanted to hear your stories and what it is that you do for the organization and how you see these donations benefiting you. Because I think it's important to connect what the money we're raising to the end product and how that will be used. So I'll let y'all just whatever order you want to go in. If you just want to, I'll give you a few minutes here. So
Yeah, go ahead, Arthur.
Yeah, of course. Like before, my name is Arthur, pronouns he, him, and I'm one of the group facilitators as well as a writer for Critical Core, which is the system that Game to Grow puts out, which is like a streamlined system of D&D 5 that's specifically meant for making it easy for like teachers, therapists, any person to pick up and run for a younger audience. And yeah, the donations mean the whole world to us. It's how we continue to run our groups, our virtual groups for all of our participants around the world. We've started a couple of new groups. I know that later in the summer, I'm starting a group that's focused on trans youth, trans, non-binary, and gender questioning youth. Rachel, I think you could speak a little bit more to the 3E program, but yeah, we are so excited. This money helps us keep our current participants going and expand our work to more and more people around the world, and yeah, it means the world. But thank you.
Absolutely. Everything Arthur said. I'm Rachel. I'm one of the group facilitators at Game to Grow. And I also work in groups coordination. And so as Arthur said, the donations that we're getting help us support the youth and the games we already have, but it also allows us to start new programs. So we are just starting our work with foster youth, with hospitals, and bringing the Game to Grow method and the joy of gaming to those areas. We are also not just for youth. We have groups for adults who want to, work on, social skills and, friendship and any sorts of things that they're working on. Alongside the trans focused groups, we are starting a new kind of a format for adults that focus on various kind of specific topics. So whether that's, social anxiety, whether that's grief, having participants come together with kind of that shared goal in mind, getting to play together and use the power of gaming to really help, benefit and support their growth and potential. And really your donations are helping adults and youth, as well as us bring that to, as Arthur said, other educators and counselors and librarians and parents who want to use the power of gaming to support the youth and then the people in their lives. We very much appreciate it, and we're thrilled to be a part of this stream and excited to hopefully can come back someday and continue to partner with y'all.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much. We were talking about it a little bit last night, how kind of serendipitous this meeting has been. Jake and I have been running these charity events for a couple of years now, and getting a chance to meet up with Game to Grow back in December and run an event for you, and then working with you this spring to set up this event. It works great because it's what we want to do, working with this community to raise funds in a way that uses this game that we love in such a great way. So thank you to everybody for partnering with us, for playing with us. Thank you to everybody in chat for supporting us through this game. We had a blast, lots of fun donations, and we're going to wrap up here in just a second. I do want to mention we do have our next game, last game for the day. Will be starting about 5:30 p.m. Eastern. So we'll go off here for a little bit. Make sure you're back around 5:30 because Jeremy from Erasmus Expeditions is going to be running a high seas pirate adventure for us. That they'll actually be Lloyd has been running producer for this game, but he'll be playing in that game, and that should be a good time. So thanks again, everybody. We're going to sign off, and we'll see you in chat here soon. Have a great rest of your afternoon.
Thank you.
Everyone.
Thank you.